Get ready to open up your wallet because players are hooked. Now that players are hooked in, they need to understand it's all a trap. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. Right out of Star Wars, Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. Commander Masters, you guys know you had the whole weekend to look over the cards. It was flying through my Discord as well with all my patrons sharing images of the new cards from Commander Masters. Yes, they're amazing. I'm very excited to see them myself, but I can analyze that, put my excitement aside, and realize I still should go for singles. This product, meaning the Commander decks, the set boosters, the draft, as well as the collector box, this is the classic psychology trap of bait and switch. Allow me to explain. When you guys go to the movie theater and you want to get a popcorn, you want to get a drink, and you see a small popcorn is $4.50 and the medium popcorn is $6.50, but a large popcorn, it's only $7. It's only 50 cents more than the medium, and there's so much more there. That's the trap. The illusion that you're getting a better deal when really what they wanted you to do was buy the higher priced product all along by making the other ones look like they're not a good deal. They do the same with pop as well. Remember this stuff, guys. Don't fall for the type of traps they lay out for you. I know you're hooked in with the excitement, but you can separate that as a player. I will show you the cards in case you missed them. We'll get to that in the video. But you need to be able to separate the excitement from the practicality of your money being spent to purchase these products. There are players who are going to already buy these commander decks. They're already excited, and I can understand that. I can totally empathize after seeing the cards myself. I'm pretty excited. But I can put my excitement aside for a moment. Analyze the cards and say, remember, it's 10 cards for each commander deck. 40 new cards in total. And yes, I understand, as it was pointed out to me, that we are going to see some of these cards inside probably the set boosters as well as the collector boxes. And again, bait and switch, right? Try to upsize you. Try to make it seem like it's going to be a better deal. But they already knew Wizards of the Coast is genius. They already knew there'd be so much focus on those commander decks, and that's why they're priced the way they are. That is where they're going to generate their revenue. That's where they're going to make the most money. Yes, there'll be players who will dive into the draft boxes, set booster boxes, as well as the collector boxes. Like, totally. But it is going to be those commander decks. And I know it because I'm seeing the sales from the stores increase so much over the weekend, which is why I think it's hilarious. Because I knew the commander decks, after seeing the kind of layout, they were going to be the big hitter. You know, when you know, you're like, I can see the tragedy about to happen. Nothing I can do to stop it, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's going to be, and that's how it's going to happen. And then you look and you go, yep, that's how it's going to be. Now let's take a moment. Let's look at the cards first. I know you guys have probably seen them, but in case you haven't, let me share these cards with you. Here they are. So here we have Sliver Gravemother. One of each color, legendary creature, Sliver. Its passive ability is the legend rule doesn't apply to slivers you control. Each sliver creature card in your graveyard has Encore X, where X is its mana value. It itself has Encore 5. Now, when we take a look at this power, guys, if you haven't seen Encore before, this thing really shines in Commander games because Encore is an activated ability that can be activated only if the creature card that has it is in your graveyard. You can pay a creature's Encore cost and then exile it from the graveyard to create a number of token copies of it equal to the number of opponents, which is why it's so powerful inside Commander. Each of those tokens has haste and must attack that player and is sacrificed during the end step. This is a crazy power to see, and of course it's on slivers for tribal. This is going to just be a crazy combination card to see, and that's again one of those anchor cards we are now going to see for this set. This kind of card has got attention going its way. Players have been talking about it night and day. I'm seeing it everywhere on the Reddit boards, on the posts, on other channels. This is one of those cards you're just blown away by. Now the next card, Personal Tutor. I think I saw this in Portal once when I was younger. Personal Tutor is 1 blue sorcery. Search your library for a sorcery card, reveal it, and then shuffle it and put that card on top. That is a crazy card to have around, okay? And having it come back is another, just again, it's one of those cards that's going to really be dragging people in. I think this is like a $50, $60 card. Now, of course, it's really going to drop in value, making it much more affordable for players. But the fact it's coming back around really shows Wizards they've loaded both barrels and they're ready to really get playing with this. Our next card, Zoladoc, the Void Gorger. 1 waste, 5 other. Colorless spells you cast from your hand with mana value 7 or greater have Cascade. In an Eldrazi deck, what are we talking about? This thing is disgustingly powerful. It itself is a 7/4, which kind of mitigates some of its power. It does, of course, have that whole Call of Cthulhu going right now. I love the imagery, guys. But I look at this and I just say, okay, this is just one of the cards. There's still 9 more that we're going to see inside those Eldrazi Commander decks. Again, an anchor card that players are going to want. It's another sign of where the money is going to flow. It will be the singles, of course, and I do recommend the singles for players. But those Commander decks are going to fly off the shelf, but Wizards knew it all along. The other products are going to seem so highly priced that everyone is going to go for those Commander decks. That bait and switch is now planned, hook, line, and sinker. I can't see why players wouldn't dive into it. Now, the next card is the Hand of Erebos, because I can't pronounce that first part of the name. You guys will probably tell me how, and I'll still mess it up. This thing is a 4/4. It's 1 green, 1 black, 1 white, 2 other, legendary enchantment creature, demigod. Wow, this thing's got a lot of titles. It's got menace. Other enchantment creatures you control have menace. Think about this in enchantment decks. Think about this with Serra Sanctum, that kind of combinations, guys. Crazy stuff already. Whenever Anatekatha enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 target non-aura enchantment card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3 black zombie in addition to its other types. That's wow. Think about all the enchantments out there. Think about the ways of bringing this stuff back. These are going to be some very powerful cards inside the decks, and it's just going to drive people okay. Commodore Guff. This is a 1 white, 1 red, 1 blue, 1 other, legendary planeswalker, Guff, with 5 loyalty. Passive ability. At the beginning of your end step, put a loyalty counter on another target planeswalker you control. This is definitely going to work in like the Joda style decks, guys. Crazy stuff already. Okay. +1, create a 1/1 red wizard creature token with tap to add 1 red. Spend this mana only to cast planeswalker spells. Okay. Then it's got -3, draw X cards, and Commodore Guff deals X damage to each opponent where X is the number of planeswalkers you control. And then, of course, Commodore Guff can be your commander. A very interesting kind of support character card that is going to have some fun going on, because the fact that at the end of your step, you're always going to put counters on your planeswalkers, that's kind of nice. I love this card. Now, the last one I want to share with you guys is going to be the green, which is double green and 1 generic for a 2/3 legendary elf scout. That's right, guys. Elf Tribal is getting more help. You wait till my thralls get tribal. You guys just wait. Now, whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. Green, tap, add X mana in any combination of colors where X is the greatest power among the creatures you control. Guys, these are some seriously powerful cards. Now, after those cards hit the internet, those spoilers, other YouTube content creators started putting out videos all weekend long. And here we are Monday. It's been 2-3 days since those things came out and got everyone's attention. The Reddit boards are going crazy. Inside the card shops, everyone's talking about it. Oh, Eldrazi Tribal is going to be even stronger. All the slivers are going to be amazing. It's going to go on and on, right? You're going to see that kind of excitement. The hype train gets moving. But it's all a bait and switch in terms of where they expected you, where Wizards of the Coast expected you to spend your money. They knew. We didn't know. I kind of had that idea. Like we said, we kind of knew the Commander decks where the money was going to be, but it's also where they knew you were going to buy. Why would you buy a set booster box and maybe get a couple of commander cards when they're all inside the commander decks? Why would you buy the collector box? If you're only going to get 4 packs, then we'll have a couple of commander cards inside. And you probably won't get any in the draft. They knew that by putting all those cards, all 40 of them, 10 in each one, inside those commander decks, it was going to draw everyone's eyes to thinking it's going to be a good deal. That's the good deal. But remember, products like this, they are expensive. Here in Canada, $429 I think is the cheapest right now. I think it was $419 for a while, but I think $429 now. Who knows if the price will go up from here, because sales have been increasing. Pre-orders are flying in right now. All the stores who got back to me, they all said the same thing. Sales are increasing. People put down the credit card. They opened up the wallet, and they're buying those commander decks. Nothing really changed, by the way, for any of the other products, which proves the point, right? There might be the odd sale here and there for people kind of excited to get into those, but it's those commander decks that has everyone buzzing now about what's going to happen. And that is the bait, and you're hooked because you're excited about it. FOMO takes over. But if you can rationalize it, wait 90 days after release. Remember, this product is going to be multiple times reprinted. Multiple times. But I bet you the collector boxes, the set booster boxes, the draft, they're all going to be actually short printed. I think they'll print less of them, knowing that it wasn't going to be as popular of a product. The money's all the commander decks. But they knew it all along, and they knew you guys out there were going to buy it and get excited. And maybe you're not going to. Maybe you're one of those players who really thinks this stuff through, rationalizes it, and says, I'll just buy the singles. I already have all those slivers. Other than those 10 cards, I don't need anything. I can wait. I can wait and see how things turn out. Because those will be on shelves for a long time. They're not going to run out. They will keep printing those puppies, knowing that they're going to have value. And knowing a few years from now, they can add them back into the next product. But it is still very exciting to see new Eldrazi, to see new slivers, new elves. Guys, this is a very exciting product. I can see why people are excited. I'm excited myself. There's cards I want to add. I can see them go, oh, I want to add those puppies in. But I'm willing to wait, hash it out with my brain and say, be patient. Good things come to those who wait, and you save money doing it. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today, guys. Thanks for sitting through, going through this conversation with me. I hope it helps you make your decisions and not be rash about it, because it's going to be fun. But again, at that price point, they knew they wanted to lead you to that product. So maybe you should wait a little while and see how things calm down afterwards. Thanks again for hanging out, guys. Thanks for allowing me to entertain you on the channel today. And of course, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for another video. Have an awesome day. And don't forget to bring a friend to Magic. Guys, a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of the channel who allow for daily uploading content and content creation. Without these patrons, it wouldn't be happening. So a special thank you and shout out to each and every one of you. Why are you still here? It's the end. Coffee's done. It's over. There's no more. You have to wait till tomorrow, the next day, before you get another video. That's just how it is. I'm leave a boomstick so I know you made it, but it's done.